Okay, hello and welcome back to TuesdayTea OG the podcast. So it's just me as a host, in case y'all forgot. My name is Ken, and I am joined with someone from last week who is Daniel.
Hello again, everybody. It's so exciting for me to be on this podcast once again. Sorry I'm not able to show my face, well, except other than my profile picture. Yeah, I know I look good in the profile. Just kidding, I'm sorry. But yeah, anyways, yeah, it's really exciting to be back once again. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Ken. For today's episode, just for today's episode only, I'm not going to be able to turn on my camera because there's a lot, that I'm doing right now. So of course, like I'm going back and forth with everything. So of course, it's like if I turn on my camera, you're gonna be seeing like I don't know, you're gonna be seeing me moving all around. Like I don't know, like I'm Sonic the Hedgehog or something. But yeah, I was like, no, just to make it easier for like for today's purposes, I'll just be like leaving my camera off for today.
Yeah.
But for the next episode, don't worry, I'll be sure to turn my camera on so y'all can see this pretty face. Just like Ken, she has a pretty face.
Thank you. By the way, for any of our listeners, I'm really confused because I'm the one hosting, which is fine. And I'm recording, but I guess it's unable to just capture my photo and Daniel's photo at the same time. So instead, my web camera is on. So if you're watching this, hello. Don't look the best, but what's up?
Ah, you look good. You
Only
look good.
thing I took a quick shower today and I feel like my hair is disgusting, but it's fine.
Oh.
So for today's episode, it's not gonna be a long one like last week. A lot of people actually liked last week's, by the way, Daniel.
Oh yay!
Yeah, they
Yay!
really liked learning more about you and your website, but also just
Yay!
everything that you had to say about 2020 and 2021.
Ay! Ay!
Yeah, so everyone loved it. Everyone was very surprised I was 2 hours long. I will be honest, this whole episode might just be all over the place. And we're going backwards to how that was. Just because I didn't start planning this episode until like 5:30. And we're recording at like almost 9.
In other words, me and Kennedy are basically gonna be playing ping pong this entire time.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I'm
be
like, I'm about it though.
oh my gosh, I'm so bad at ping pong. Like um the physical ping pong, I'm so bad at that, as well as the Atari ping pong.
So I have like this whole disability that Daniel knows, and we're gonna get into it at like a completely different episode. But because of it, I wasn't technically able to do like PE like ever.
Hmm.
But in middle school, they still put me in a PE classes, even though like I couldn't run, couldn't walk. I was on crutches for like the whole like 3 years because they didn't know what to do with me. They were kind of like, you can sit on the bench and watch everyone else. But then they would all start running the mile, playing basketball, doing all that stuff, right? And I'm just sitting there because I can't do anything. So the only sport that I was actually able to do was when they did ping pong.
Mm. How did that one? Was it like the? Did you? Was it like you had like sorted ping pong tables, or how did that
Yeah.
work?
So my middle school was really weird. So when it was time to do like ping pong, you could either do ping pong in like this small little room. I would say maybe it was like the size of like a doctor's office, like a normal standard doctor's office that you would get checkup in. That's how small the room was. And there would be two ping pong tables. So, and it was always like you against someone else. So only like 4 people can play at a time. No one was able to watch. And in the other room, everyone else would do like badminton. But because I couldn't do badminton, I would just like stand in the ping pong room and be like, who wants to play with me?
Oh, did
It's
any?
okay though. I beat everyone's ass. I was so good.
Yes! Oh my gosh, Kennedy, the ping pong queen. Not only is she good at ping pong, she is also great at Among Us.
I love Among Us. I really thought about like just cutting out this whole episode and then just having like us talk about Among Us the whole time and like play a game.
I was like, oh my god. If I were to play Among Us, I am so bad at that game. Like, I am not good at being sus. Cause it's like literally, if I was like the imposter, it's like people will know right away because I'm so bad at lying. Cause it's like I will immediately start laughing.
I will say, so a few weeks ago, it was like Daniel's like mini birthday party, but we did it all through Zoom, so it was COVID friendly. And we all kind of did like Among Us. So we were like through Zoom, we would all like mute ourselves, like close the computer kind of so we couldn't see, and then we would play. And let me just say, whenever Daniel was the imposter, he was just like, no, it wasn't me. And then he would laugh. And I was like, it's Daniel. It has to be Daniel.
Oh my gosh, no, Ken, I remember like when we played that in like when I'm not gonna lie, but I remember that one time when you and me were both imposter. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so glad that you were imposter. Cause I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, but you literally won the game for us. I felt bad. I didn't even do anything.
I was gonna say Daniel didn't kill one person during that game. I don't think you did. So it was maybe one, because I would walk by and you would just be like walking with me, and then you would leave and then come back. And there would be like a dead body.
Oh my gosh. No, you know what's like the funniest thing? I always have this tendency to do, Ken, and I think you might have noticed it too. I have a tendency to just walk in circles.
Yeah. there was one point that Daniel wasn't. No, we were doing like hide and seek. I think
Yes.
that's what it was. And you were an imposter, and I was not. And we were like all. It was like the first map, so we were like in navigation area, and I died, but I was still like with everyone else. I was alive, and I could just hear Daniel because since like I wasn't playing anymore, quote unquote, I like was able to listen to the audio, and I can just hear Daniel being like, where is everyone? What's going on? He's only like half of the map. He like didn't even make it to the other half. And everyone's like, you need to keep going. He's like, I am. And we're like, you're only on half of the ship. You did pretty good though.
Thank you. But you did amazing.
I was telling Daniel that the main reason why I'm good at being an imposter is you kill someone, you go into a vent, and then you just kind of wait it out.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, Ken. If I were you, I would cut that out of this episode so that way nobody steals your tactic.
I don't know. I feel like it's a good tactic. Everyone else who's listening, I'm not saying you should do it, but like you should do it.
Yeah, you should. We did not tell you anything.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's just me, but when I go through TikTok, a lot of my stuff is like Among Us, and it's like some streamers who like just stream themselves playing Among Us. So there's someone named Corpse, there's someone named it's like Saikuno. I'm like, do you watch them at all, or like is that just me?
I do not, unfortunately. I'm like, who are they? I was like, why are there so many Among Us videos appearing on your TikTok?
Because like TikTok has that whole algorithm when it's for you and you like one thing, then like 5 other videos that are related go up.
Oh yeah, Instagram has that too. So does
Yeah.
Facebook.
So, well, luckily I don't really use Facebook or Instagram that much anymore. But my TikTok right now is literally like puppies, and then another one's like Among Us, and then another one would be like, this is how to get away with murder. And I'm like, wait a minute.
TikTok is sus.
It really is. Especially because we're in the generation when it's like, if you tell us that it's okay, we just do it.
You just do it.
I saw one TikTok thing. I don't know if it's true. And I could ask people since I know people who work for this company. Target. But I saw someone, they were like, as a former employee, I can say this. And they said, we do not care if you steal from us as long as it's under $500.
Oh my
Like they
god.
won't say anything unless it's $500.
Oh my god. Ugh.
And I'm kind of over here like, it makes, like, this sounds really bad, but it makes sense because I remember in high school, a lot of like the popular groups out there, it would be like, I stole from Target and I did this. And I would just be there being like, yeah, I pay for my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes sense on why they got away with it.
Yeah, because and I mean, in the cases, it looks like those workers let them get away with it. Because it's like, what I'm thinking is, when some of them do that, do you think that they're like partially scared of confrontation?
I think so. I
I
would
mean,
be.
yeah, because it's like when you have the shoplifting thing, then you have to confront the shopper, and then you have to get like security involved. Um, I'm not condoning anything.
I'm
In
not
fact,
either. I'm just saying it was all over my TikTok page,
yeah,
guys.
I'm not condoning anything. In fact, Daniel does not have an opinion on this. All I'm just gonna say is I personally wouldn't do that, but um if that's on TikTok and that's what the target person said, I'm like, me and Kennedy have nothing to do with this.
I'm just saying it was on my TikTok for you page. I looked through the comments. There were a lot of people who were like, also as a former person from Target, I can agree. And I'm over here like, I really want to know if it's true. I
Oh,
wouldn't do it. I'm not saying I'm doing it. I'm just saying like I need to ask one of my friends that currently works at a Target and be like, hey, I saw this. Is this a fact?
oh my gosh, Ken, you're probably, oh my gosh, you're gonna do the statistics research.
This sounds so like bad and nerdy, but for everyone who doesn't know, yes, I said it 50,000 times, but I was a psychology major. Um, but I did a lot of statistics. And I actually really hated statistics. Fun fact. I did one at my 2 year college, and then I did two technically at my 4 year. One was undergrad, and other one was like a graduate class. And I just fell in love with statistics and numbers because I was like, it's the same for everyone. So let's do it. So I came up with different projects. But then whenever I was in an uncomfortable situation, I would just be like, so statistics.
Oh my gosh. Every time it's like, Ken, every time you're put in an awkward situation and then someone wants to ask you a question to put you on blast, you just deflect it and say, so statistics, and change the subject.
I had a random stranger come up to me at the 4 year and they were like, where is this building? And I was like, so statistics. And they were like, I'm asking where this building is. And I was like, so statistically, it's not in the middle of the campus because that's the main building. So like 95% sure it's somewhere else.
Oh my gosh. I just feel so bad whenever like I'm walking through university and then people ask, "Do you know where this building is?" And then it's a building I've never heard of, and I just feel so bad when I tell them I honestly never heard of that building.
Oh, I felt so bad. We had two buildings and it was Humane Society and then one was like HSS, which I forgot what that stood for. But one of my friends, he was new to the campus and was like, hey, where's this building? And I got completely mixed up.
Wait, you
So I
switched
sent her to
computers?
like the opposite side of the campus that she needed to be on.
Oh, did she ever reach her destination?
Yeah, and she texted me and was like, I went to the wrong area of campus. Did you do this on purpose? Because me and her had like a falling out. And then like we became friends again. And I was like, I swear to God, I'm just dyslexic.
Oh. Did she believe you that at that time when it happened?
Yeah, because it
Mm.
was like one of like the new semesters. It was spring coming in, so I didn't have any classes in summer. So I was literally just going from like memory.
I mean, if you think about it, like the university is a maze.
All fairness, I didn't know where that science building was. I
It's
remember walking by with like you and some of your like friend groups, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's the science building." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Oh my gosh, I actually went inside the science building once, I mean, if you thought like the structural layout of the buildings was confusing, wait till you go inside the science building. That place is confusing.
Honestly, all the buildings in college were confusing.
Honestly, no matter where you go, all the buildings are gonna be confusing.
I'm like, our library had a basement. I've never had a library that had a basement. Our main little like chill area had a basement with a bar and then a basement. Like, I'm just saying. It was very unique. So anyone who is in college, who I know is really hard because like COVID, but like pre-COVID or like post-COVID, okay, and you're going to college, it's okay to get lost on campus. It's happened a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that wasn't how the episode was supposed to start, but that's just a
But
little rundown.
but we should
So
continue because this is honestly, Kennedy, I'm loving this episode so far.
I do too. I'm like, we started doing like kind of bullet points on where we wanted to go, and I just kind of went off and was like, nah, we're gonna talk about something else.
I mean, to be honest here, Kennedy, I mean, I honestly think our episode we could probably talk about a lot in this episode. We might even be able to get more than what we thought we would.
Honestly, I agree. And
All we
I'm
just have to do is keep throwing out ideas like we always do. We just need to keep spilling the tea.
I love spilling the tea. But I did have a question since it is like the new year.
Mm-hmm.
How is 2021 going so far?
So far, how my 2021 is going is I know that it just started, but I just have that inner feeling it's anything could happen. It's very unpredictable. I mean, from how I've just been doing mainly my 2021, of course, it's just been mainly cleaning and of course, like, fixing like everywhere around me. But I'm like, in terms of how it's going so far, I just don't even know how to explain it because I'm thinking I can't really define it because we don't know what could happen. It's just if I had to like say how my 2020 is going so far, I mean, in terms of like, mentally, it's going pretty well. But in terms of like what is my 20 Oh, I've been saying 2020 this entire time.
I was like,
I
okay, 2020.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. You know what? No, that's basically how my 2021 is going. That what I previously just said about 2020, that's how my 2021 is going so far. But no, just kidding. If I had to describe my 2021 so far, I really think that I'm still trying to figure out how to ultimately define it. But so far, like mentally, I'm doing pretty well. But if I had to say like what I've mainly been doing, I've just nothing really special, honestly.
Did you come up with any 2021 New Year resolutions?
I did not so far, but my here's what's funny. Some of my other peers made one for me.
Ooh.
What they said was like, here's what they said. This will be my New Year's resolution. For my New Year's resolution, I have to make sure not to throw shade at any politicians because if I throw shade at any politicians, I owe my peers $1.
Oh, I'm like, save that money.
Oh my gosh. But therefore, don't worry. On Tuesday Tea, I will never throw shade at politicians because that's not the tea we spill. I mean, we're not CNN, we're not Fox News. We spill the tea. We don't spill the politic. Oh my god, I was gonna say imagine. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Because on Tuesday Tea, we spill the tea. We don't talk about oh my god, what is that thing that they say? I don't even know what they say. Oh yeah, we spill the tea. We're not well, even though we kind of are no, we're not wait, are we journalists? Do you consider us journalists? Is this
Low key.
yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Tuesday Tea, it makes you think, Kennedy. Like it really does.
It really does. I feel like other people who listen to us, they're either really interested in being like, oh, I want to talk about it, or they're like, these people need help and I should help them.
Oh my gosh. No. Oh my gosh. Sorry for going all over the place. Oh my gosh, that was my fault.
No, it's fine. I would say for myself, 20, oh, get this. So 2021 has been already very interesting.
Mm.
Just because at the end of 2020, after we recorded the last week's episode, I got really sick that night.
Oh no. Oh no, I hope you're better now.
I was gonna say, I'm good now, but it was very interesting because I was completely fine. Like, we recorded all day, I was fine, and we recorded like late at night that night. And all of a sudden, the next morning, I was like dead. I like
Oh
did not know
no.
what was going on. I was dead. My stomach hurt. I was nauseous, but it wasn't the virus.
That's
It
good.
was not. um, I just happened to, of course, because it's me, get like a stomach bug that lasts like 48 hours. That's like going around everywhere.
Oh
And
no.
it's not the fact that like I went out and got it. I'm 99% sure that I got it from my mom because like she works at a hospital environment and everything like that. And she got sick before I got sick and did not tell me because
Mm.
that's my mom.
Mm.
So I actually literally ended 2020 feeling like shit and
Mm.
started 2021 feeling better.
Oh. So that could probably oh my gosh, so if you put it that way, started 2021 feeling better, that could probably be a sign that 2021 might be heading in the right direction.
I hope so. I just feel like everyone kind of went through a lot in 2020, not just me or you or like family. I feel like everyone out there, like it was just a lot for everyone. Like everyone is going through a lot of different things. So I made not like a New Year's resolution type of thing, but as I said in my last episode, I just want to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my only goal for 2021 is let's be happy.
Mm-hmm. That's a really great one, Ken. That's a really great one.
I was talking to one of my other friends and they were like, I made a resolution, what's yours? And I was like, I didn't really make one, I just want to be happy. And they were like, that's really depressing. And I was like, but when you think about it, being happy just means like doing what's best for you this whole year. And I think that's good. I feel like just doing what's best for you and going along that path, that works really well. But I guess
Mhm.
maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Um, regards to like, New Year's resolutions, I think that like, New Year's resolutions are definitely important to do, but in my opinion, like when it comes to New Year's resolutions, because there are some people who tend to break them. In my honest opinion, I think it's better to make a resolution that you know you can fulfill rather than saying, this will be my resolution, but not actually do it.
Yeah, and I think you and me actually had that talk not in December. I don't know why we had this talk, and I'm 99% sure it was you, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I think we had this talk maybe like in the summertime or something. I don't know why.
Oh, which one?
About resolutions.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember. Yeah, that's the thing. I am so forgetful. Oh my gosh, because we spill like so much tea. We talk about so much. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even remember this.
I know. I was like, maybe when I say it, you might remember, but I said like, I don't like this is me talking. It's okay if anyone else does this, but I don't understand why people make New Year's resolution and they want to do it like throughout the whole year because like there's people out there who say, I want to lose weight this year. Okay. And then like they lost weight and then like, weight fluctuates and everything. So then they might have gained a little bit and then lost a little bit. And then by the end of the year, they might still be like either a little bit more heavier around the same weight or like maybe just like 5-10 pounds like under. And they're gonna reflect and be like, but I didn't lose that much weight. And it's like, you did.
You did though.
You really did. Like throughout that whole year, like you lost weight but like things fluctuate. Like it's not always going to be like one specific way.
Mm-hmm.
And then people are so hard on themselves. I think I talked with you about that, but maybe it wasn't. I'm 99% sure it was.
Oh, honest. I
Because
mean,
I just feel like everyone is so hard on themselves when they like don't finish or get it done, but they
no,
did.
I agree with you. I mean, no, that actually seems like it seems that is a pretty important point, because when it comes to New Year's resolutions, it's not simply checking off a task you put in your notebook. The point of no New Year's resolution is to grow and to like learn more about yourself and what you can do to do better. So of course it's like, it's good if you can fulfill it, but it's good if you can fulfill it, like, just in terms of like growth. But it's like at the end of the day, if you don't if you if you struggle to fulfill it, or there's like a time when you don't fulfill it, then don't be hard on yourself. That's fine. But the important part is that you all know your boundaries and what you are all capable of doing. But what I will say is, if there's a time you ever break your New Year's resolution, that doesn't mean you just give up on it. Just keep doing what you can so you don't break it in the future. And ultimately, if you ever do break your New Year's resolution, just keep doing what you're doing. And if you break it, that doesn't mean that, oh, it's over. That means, like, as the year continues on, you do what you can to make sure you fulfill that resolution that you promised.
I agree. Wise words from Daniel, everyone.
Wise words from Kenn.
I just feel like it's something that so many people are kind of like, but it has to be like this. Everyone, like Daniel said, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You hit a bump in the road, keep it going. Keep trying. That's all we want to say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's my like I guess resolution. But it's basically just what I want. So with the new year, are you going to be doing anything differently than last year?
With the new year, am I going to be doing anything differently than last year? So what I'm wanting to do is learn how to manage my time better with everything, as well as learning how to be organized with everything. From what I noticed, since I'm done with university, I noticed that I should be able to have more time to reflect and to figure out how I'm going to go on with my day and do everything. So I think that, once you graduate, I think that kind of makes it a little easier for us to plan our own day, because it's like, with the student life, it's like you have to balance so many stuff. But then now, since I've graduated, I think this allows me ample space and opportunity to be able to figure out how I could manage my time better, as well as how I could be way more organized. But in terms of how I'm going to do that, unfortunately, I honestly have not found out a set in stone, successful, effective plan. But what I'm doing is I'm just writing down stuff in a notebook. Like, if this doesn't work, then I'll do it this way. If that doesn't work, then I'll do this method instead. So I think the best thing to do is honestly having a notebook. Just having a notebook where you could write down your thoughts and goals and ideas. That's honestly the best way to proceed with your day. And that's what I did for my 2021.
Nice. That's chilling. For myself, I would say I'm like I said, just working on being happier. Okay.
Oh,
That's
that's good.
my main goal. But with that, I actually, even though I bought a whole new notebook. I bought a
Notebook?
whole new notebook for this. I left it in my car in my back seat, and I just don't want to go get it for like days now. We're like on day 4 of the new year. You guys are listening to like day 5. Um, and like my car is right outside. I just don't want to go get it. I actually made a Google Doc until I can go get that notebook. And by go get the notebook, I mean stop being lazy and just go 5 feet and then come back. And it is list something that makes you happy every day. It doesn't have to be like a big giant
Yes.
paragraph or anything. So right now I only have 3 because I didn't come up with the end of the day because I do it right before I go to bed. So January 1st, I said, bought new. This is good. So how depressing this is. Bought new baking pans to make cookies or macaroons are because I love to bake.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so it made me really happy. The second one for January 2nd, if anyone knows about the fish market, I love their cheesy garlic bread. But I moved somewhere and we don't have that. So January 2nd is I found a good recipe to make cheesy garlic bread, just like the fish market. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Oh my gosh. Dude, you got to share that recipe with me then. I want to try it.
I will. It's so good. It
Oh
tastes
my god.
exactly like the restaurant.
Ooh, oh my gosh. It's like, oh my god. We're going to have a mukbang, the cheesy garlic mukbang. I'm so sorry for interrupting, my bad.
No, I'm like, I love that.
Which
We
one, the
need to
cheesy
do a
garlic one?
mukbang.
Oh
We
yeah,
need to
we
do a
can.
mukbang.
Yeah, we will. ASMR. I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm
Oh
down.
my gosh. Like it'll be ASMR where we like cook. Sorry. Anyways. Oh my god.
Okay, and January 3rd, I actually taught myself to crochet. So it's different than like knitting with knitting needles. I'd done like the little circle thing with all the different pegs before. I still knit with like 2 knitting needles, like I'm an old lady. But there's something called crocheting, which is like one little thing. And I learned last night. So I taught myself how to crochet and I made a headband and I started a beanie. So those were like 3 things so far. That made me happy.
Oh, but that's really good, Ken. Honestly, those are really good stuff though. Like the stuff that you wrote down, honestly, those aren't just like, happy. Those are like really happy, like very happy. Because honestly, dude, with those things, those sound so much fun. Because it's like, with the baking dishes, honestly, there's a time when like, I know that I'm gonna have to replace my own baking dishes. And then it's like, because it's so satisfying, Ken, when you buy new baking dishes and then when you bake cookies and then it's just like, it just, the cookies just come right off and don't stick. That is so satisfying.
Well, for some reason, since we moved into the new house, I tried to bake cookies on my normal baking sheet that I've had for like maybe like 2 years now. And I guess it was because we're not used to the oven. But the cookies did not want to get off the pan. And I did the whole pan stuff. I tried to do butter, like everything just wanted to stick to the pan and it ruined it. Like then the pan got burned. It was like this whole thing.
Oh,
But I was really happy because then I got the new baking sheets and I got 3. So it's like a small one that's like maybe like a foot. Another one that's like maybe 18 inches and another one that's 24. So I'm really happy with that.
yay!
I actually had a discussion with my mom because our countertops are like filled with like everything. We have an espresso machine, coffee machine, toaster, air fryer, like all kinds of stuff. Which is good that now we have the space. But I told her that I wanted an electric mixer. But for baking. Like, you know how like you watch like the cooking shows or the baking shows and they have like a little like mixer thing that goes around?
Yeah.
Like you're a professional. I want one.
Like Martha Stewart, right?
Yeah, I want one.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. It makes it easier so you don't have to like stir it manually with the hand. It makes it easier.
I'm just saying. It would be. And my mom was like, we don't have the counter space, even though we do. And then literally like an hour goes by. So he looks at me and says, there's this new product where you could put like a whole bag of rice into it. And you can just go to it and be like, I want 2 cups. And it would just like drop the rice in.
A rice dispenser?
Yeah. And I'm like, what happened to we don't have the counter space? And my mom's like, well, mine would be more useful. And I'm like, we're Asian. We just do what we normally do.
Okay. I love that.
I don't know why. I'm like, I just want electric mixers. He's like, no. The rice dispenser? That sounds more like it.
That's hilarious, though.
I thought it was very interesting because I looked at her and I was like, really? Really?
Is the rice dispenser like? Is it big?
It's pretty big. So he's like, we can either like keep it on the countertops or put it on the floor. And I'm like, if we put it on the floor, knowing my dog, it's gonna be like 2 cups. Now this rice is gonna happen. Be like,
Oh my God. Do you think your dog is gonna keep playing with the buttons?
see, might.
Oh
My
my God.
dog is like the laziest dog. Don't get me wrong. My dog is the laziest dog. It's a Chihuahua. It's like 7 pounds. But I feel like she would just hit the button and be like, yeah, let's go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like that Staples button. That was easy.
I miss those buttons.
Honestly, same. I used to have one and then I don't know where it went.
I follow someone on TikTok and they teach, I think, like a 1st or 2nd grade class. Don't quote me. Which no one can. No one knows who I follow. But there's this one teacher and they have a button and it's like the hype button. So whenever the students do something right, she clicks on it and it's like pew pew pew. And I want one, but like I know it's so unnecessary and I don't need it because I have no purpose to have a button like that.
Oh my God. So wait, is it like a big button or is it like those or is it like one I don't know what's it called. It's like this keychain thing with multiple buttons on it.
No, so for them it's just like one button. Like it's like gray and then red and it says
Hmm.
hype and she clicks on it.
Oh my gosh. Those are so cool though.
I haven't seen one of those in so long.
Oh my gosh, those are stuff that you see like in a movie Spaceship or something. Or no, like or those game shows. The game show.
That's true.
It's epic.
Which, speaking of which, I don't know why I say which. Um, I was on Facebook and I like go on Facebook here and there, but I was playing like a game that like I keep getting notifications for. Family Feud on Facebook is really hard.
Oh, I've never played that.
Have you ever watched Family Feud?
I mean, I've watched a few episodes of it, but not really. I've watched a few episodes, so I kind of know how it works.
I don't know why, but I am like an old person at heart. I feel like I love to knit, I love tea. Like I'm that person. Growing up, my cartoon was The Nanny and Full House, and now I'm over here like wanting to watch The Price is Right. Let's Make a Deal. Wheel of Fortune and like Family Feud. So I watch Family Feud. It's also on Hulu. So you can watch it there if you wanted to. And I watch it and I'm always like really excited. And I keep getting notifications because a long time ago, when I was like maybe 12, I played Family Feud on Facebook. And I was like, okay, let me just try. So I tried it, and it's so much harder on Facebook than when you're watching. You're like, I know it, boom, and like you say it. So much harder.
Wait, so are you competing against like a computer or with other Facebook players?
So you have the option to do it like online with other Facebook players, or you have the option to do it against computers. But it opens up like the same when it's like we interviewed 100 people and this is what they had to say, and then like it's that. But I'm always over here like no one would say that.
We had to interview 100 people.
Like I'm over here like no.
Family Feud. Oh my gosh. Wait, what were some of the questions that they asked on that game? Do you remember?
One of them was like, what was it? How do you know if your man is cheating on you? And it would be like, we interviewed 100 people. The answers are on the board, and I'd be like 8. Which also, me being me, I didn't know until like the end of 2020 that like the point system of Family Feud technically all equaled 100 points. I didn't know that. So when they're actually like, we interviewed 100 people, and let's say like he like there was underwear in his bag or something, and it's 5 points. That means 5 out of 100 people said that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I should check out Family Feud because I'm like, I'm not very honestly. Yeah, even if I've watched a few, I was like, because it's like dinner time with family, so of course it's like I was watching it but not really watching it. But I was like, yeah, I think I might need to check it out then.
Oh, I grew up in a household when like we would literally watch TV and eat, and we would play the game shows because we didn't have money to get a board game.
Wait, so it would be like you and then your other family members, like who got the most points?
So like we would all be like watching, and it would be like, okay, and what do you have to say, Stan? And then like right before they say it, we all gave an answer, hoping that was on the board and what the other person said.
And then I was like, oh my gosh. And then it's like, if you got it right, I was like, yay. And then it makes you think, I was like, maybe we should be on Family Feud.
Yeah, and then it got kind of depressing when we were kids, and we were like, we should be on Family Feud. But it was basically just like me, my brother, and my mom, and we were like, okay, but we need like 5 players.
Oh.
We were like, we have 3.
Yeah. Oh.
It's okay though, it's fine.
Oh my gosh. If there's like a would you consider this a game show, like the Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh my gosh. I haven't heard anyone talk about that, to the fact that I kept thinking that like I made it up.
Wait, that's the one where they do the improv, right?
Yes, I used to watch it all the time, but everyone that I tried to talk to, and I was like, hey, have you like watched it? Have you listened to it? Everyone would be like, what is that?
Oh my gosh. If I were to do like that game, I wouldn't know what to do because I'm so bad at improv. I'm like, they would be like, act like a fish or something, and I'm like, what?
See, for myself, I feel like since I did like theater for like 2.5, 3 years in high school, and I kind of was like with people who were popular to people who were not popular, I kind of saw like myself being like, I can't do this because I'm with the popular kids, to then being like, you know what? I'm never gonna see them again. So I didn't care. And I was like, it's fine.
Oh my gosh. Kennedy as a guest on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I wish.
Oh my gosh. That would be like such a mood. But I think the thing right now that's like popping is Wild and Out on MTV.
Wild and Out? What's that?
It's that one show with Nick Cannon. I've never watched that one myself I've never watched that one myself exactly, but I've seen clips of that on YouTube and Instagram.
What do they do? Do you know?
What do they do? I honestly don't know. What I'm assuming is I think they do improv. Of course, I could kind of be wrong. I think I should check it out too, but basically, if you're wondering how Wild and Out came up, it's because it's like there were some instances when people would make comparisons to like Whose Line Is It Anyway to Wild and Out. As for what they do in Wild and Out, I honestly don't know, but my assumption is that it's also an improv show as well. Let me check it out actually, because now I am curious.
I was gonna say I've never heard of this.
Wild and Out.
I'm like, you have me really interested. I'm like, what is this? Because I know that David Dobrik came out with a new show, so I thought maybe it was that. But
okay. So I'm just reading the overview on like Wikipedia. So Wild and Out. So conventional improvisational comedy games are injected with a hip-hop flavor as host Nick Cannon and celebrity guest stars lead teams of comics in a series of comedy challenges. The freestyle show has featured some of TV's most viral moments from celebrity guests and performers. So, from what I'm seeing, it's actually it's a sketch comedy and improv show. And as for what they yeah, and it looks like what they do there specifically, the premise is similar to Whose Line Is It Anyway? The series puts two teams of comedians against each other in a series of wild and out games, which are basically improvisational comedy games. We need to check that out, Ken.
I'm like, I need to check this out. When you first mentioned Wild and Out, I remember over the summer we had like commercials going on because I guess David Dobrik came out with like some kind of TV show. But I think it had to do with like dodgeball or something. So I thought first that's what you meant, and then you were like Nick Cannon and all this like stuff for like whose line is it anyway? And I was like, nah, that's not the show.
Oh
That's not it at all.
my gosh, we gotta check that out.
Honestly. Also, when you were reading the description, I don't know why, but I had like a flashback, and I know a lot of people aren't going to remember this show because like you're either too young or no offense, but like a little older. No offense, no offense. But I had a flashback to like the Amanda show.
Oh my gosh, that show was so. Oh my gosh, that show was so iconic. But oh my god, I remember that show.
I just remember them like because there was like little sketches here and there, and some of it was like improv, and then other parts were like absolutely scripted. But it was like little things here and there, and I just had like that in my head, and then like her coming out and being like Maha.
Oh my gosh, I remember that one. It's like when she wore the glasses and then the fake teeth, and then she wore that.
Yeah, and
granny
like a
outfit.
boat hat type of thing.
I remember that one.
Literally, that was like the one thing my mind was like, and we're going back to this memory.
Oh my gosh. What I loved about the Amanda show was I loved how like Penelope, Amanda's number one fan, was played by Amanda herself.
I know. I thought it was really cute.
It was amazing.
I
But it's
honestly like. I wish everyone like from that show and from like the old school like Disney, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon, like we're still big today. Like not saying that like they're all not big today. Some of them are. But I wish like the ones who were like ride or die, like we would watch them and be like, yeah, I love it. I wish they were still big today.
honestly same. But it seems like, for those ones who are like, the famous like, child stars, I just hope like, yeah, because they're all grown up now. I do hope that they're doing well right now. Cause it seems like, as entertaining as it is, it seems like, the experiences of working in TV, especially as a child star, I feel like some cases of it must be have been a bit traumatizing to
Well,
an
I was gonna
extent.
say extremely toxic.
Yeah. Cause like, knowing how some of the knowing that some of the knowing some of the stuff that the child actors and actresses had to go through on set. So of course it's like that stuff is so sad. It's really sad to think about, but it's like, I just hope that they're all doing well right now. And as much as I do. Ooh, sorry.
No, I'm like you go.
I was gonna say like I do, it's pretty I mean I really do miss seeing them on TV, and because it's like, they were like our childhood and they're like so fun to watch, but it's like, even if they're not as big as they are today, I still hope that they're doing well because, we wish nothing but the best for them since they were basically our childhood.
Yeah, it was our childhood and like people that either you looked up to or you were like, wow, like they can be on TV, I can do it too. And that's actually what I was going to talk about. For some reason, growing up, there was always like casting people. I want to know if you know about this, but there's always like casting people like walking around our area. We don't live in like a big giant area where like it's all about TV.
Mm-hmm.
But they would just like walk around and be like, oh, your kids would be amazing. They should audition for like this, or they should audition for that, or we need people for a new TV show. And for some reason, I remember this happened when I was 5, 8, and 11. That actually happened. And they were legit, like they were legit people. Like we had a card from them. We had the whole like pamphlet from them. Like you were able to like meet the people from the TV show during the audition. And they were legit. But I remember like that happened to me like 3 times. And I remember being like, Mom, I really want to be a TV star. I really want to do this. And my mom's like, we are not doing this. It's okay to
But
anyone who's doing this, but this is not your time.
mm-hmm.
But I actually like auditioned. I think I was either 5 or 8, and I auditioned for a Sweet Life on Deck.
Oh,
Yeah.
for that one, do you know what you auditioned for? Like what role?
No, so the way that they did it was first, like when they like find you, because like you didn't have to sign up. People were like, "Oh yeah, your kid would be amazing," and they would contact the number. So my mom did, and they sent an email and was like, "Okay, have your child memorize one of these 5 things, like 5 monologues." And I did, and one was about like wanting apple pie, but I didn't get apple pie, and I was on a huge rant. So you do that, and then they were kind of like, okay, say that monologue, but like in this tone, or in this tone, or in that tone, or like this emotion. And that's all you would do. And then at the end of the thing, they would be like, okay, you got it, or no, sorry, not for
Mm,
you.
I'm sorry.
I actually got it.
Hey!
But my mom was like, we are not doing this.
Oh.
And I
Oh
was like, okay, but I can say that I did.
my gosh. Was it a how would you say the experience? Was it a good experience?
It was a good experience just because like you're a kid and you're like, yeah, I want to do this. Like, what's up? Um, until like you get a rejection or
Mm.
like someone says something. Cause like I feel like once you're that young and you get rejected or a family or friend like says something, I feel like that's when your self confidence starts to get lower.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing. I remember also I was a junior. I was a junior in high school. There was this one show and it was kind of like on PBS. And by kind, I mean it was on PBS. And I auditioned for it. It was me and 2 other people from like my theater class, and we auditioned for it. And this was like completely different from when I was a kid. And I was like telling my mom, like, I'm really excited. Like, this could be my big break because like I didn't do it when I was a kid. And I was really big into saying I wanted to do theater. And my mom's like, you can try, like, go audition, go. And like, it was me and 2 of my friends, and we go. You need like a headshot,
Mm-hmm.
which none of us had because we didn't think that we needed it. Our theater teacher, like, we told her, and she was like, oh, yeah, you should be fine. Don't worry about it. Like, all you need to do is show up, look nice, and like do your whole improv. It was not like that at all. You need to like have a headshot. You need to dress really fancy. We were dressed like semi casual, like you would when you're like a kid, because you're auditioning for like PBS.
Mm-hmm.
So you're over here like, okay, well, I'm almost gonna be like 17, 18. So like, this is what I look like. Why am I auditioning? But you want me to, um, which is weird. Looking back at it, it's kind of weird, but during the whole thing, you had to like improv like different things. They were like, act like you're at the doctor's, act like you're here, but they didn't tell us what the TV show was. So it was kind of weird. So they had people who were like 8 all the way until 21 auditioning. And me and my 2 friends, we actually did not get into it, which is fine because we were all like really confused anyway, and we had no idea what was going on. And actually, someone that was a grade below me got in, and I knew because he was in my theater class, and he was like, "Guys, like, I'm sorry you guys didn't get in. I didn't really know him." And he's like, I'm sorry you guys didn't go in, like get in. I'm sorry that we're not working together. And I was like, congratulations, you got in. And he's like, I have no idea what I'm filming.
Well,
And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, but my mom signed the contract and everything. And I was like, what are you filming? What's going on? And he's like, I don't know. And they, like I said, ages 8 to 21. So they actually like pick like only like I believe like 5 to 7 people to actually be on the show. And it was a weird game show. I really need to look it up and I'll actually send it to you. Um But it was only on for like a season because everyone did not know what was going on. And I watched it just to root on this guy and be like, hey, I could have been on it. And I was so happy that I did not get casted.
Oh my God. So you dodged a bullet.
I dodged a bullet. And every single time that the guy would come to the class, the like kid that was below me, he would be like, I have to film, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And I was like, do you even know what you're doing? He's like, I won't know until I'm in the studio. And it was a low production studio, which is fine. But I just assumed like for PBS and like a big type of thing, it'd be like a bigger deal.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's for kids, but like, like professional. And just watching it, you can tell like it was unprofessional. And once it all finished, it got so much backlash because no one knew what was going on.
Okay, now I kind of want to see what the show is called. I am so curious now.
Trust me, I am going to look this up afterwards and send it to you because I think about it at least like once a year.
Oh my gosh.
This was my once a year moment on January 4th, 2021. I almost said 12.
21, 12. No, because it's like the numbers are switched.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude, Kennedy, you're really spilling the tea right now. We're really spilling the tea.
Hey, we gotta spill the tea really nice. It's TuesdayTea.
It's TuesdayTea. Oh my gosh. And here's what makes it better. It's like, here's what makes it even more iconic. We didn't even, it's like, this just came up so naturally. Like, we didn't even have this plan to talk about. I was like, oh my God, this tea is like really like boiling. It's like boiling hot.
I can just sense Daniel was sitting here like during the whole thing being like, oh snap, wait, what?
Because I was like, I need to see. I was like, now I kind of want to see that show. I was like, if we,
I'm gonna find it. I will look all night and find it because it was so weird. And I watched, like I said, I only watched one episode and I watched it with my mom. And my mom was like, I'm so glad you did not make it. And I was like, I don't even know what they were looking for. Because I saw all the people that they casted because I watched it. And I remember looking at them during the audition and I was like, what's going on?
Oh my gosh.
Because it was
I'm really curious.
weird.
I'm really curious as to what that show is. I'm like, because it's like, and it's just, did it seem a little like humorous or was it like awkward?
It was really awkward.
So was it like, so wait, so quick, so was this show like, it's not, if it's a game show, well, it's not, it was a game show, right? So it's not scripted.
It was like a mini like game show, but also like an improv show. Like they mixed it into like both of those, which
Is
was
it like,
really awkward.
wait, is it like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
No.
Okay, yeah, I really need to see how this works. Wait, it's not even like those Nickelodeon like game show stuff.
No, like I was so confused. I think I
What?
know what it was called, but I'm gonna look it up real fast. We're gonna take a short break real fast on this audio.
Of course. But in the meantime, before we take our break, Kenny, I don't know if you noticed this, but in my picture, my arm is missing.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that.
My arm is missing. Oh my gosh.
Or if a ghost was like, hey, what's up?
Oh my gosh. Dude, Kennedy. Alrighty. Oh my gosh. My arm is missing. By the way, everyone, if you're wondering like where my arm went, basically I just experimented on I was trying to just do a little mini experiment on Photoshop because it's like, I was just like trying to experiment with like the cloning tool. And then it just so happens that I of course save this just because it's like, I was just experimenting. And it just so happens that when I put my picture on Zoom, I didn't use the regular one. I used the edited one with my arm cloned off.
I swear.
Oh my God.
I thought you were gonna be like, okay, I wanted to see if it would work, and I was like, you should do the other side too.
Oh,
then it would
wait,
match.
which one? Oh my God. Oh yeah, like take off. Oh my gosh, take off the other arm.
But like not all of it. Do it like so then it matches the other side.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then I'll take off one arm over there, and then it's like, And then if I were to experiment with this some more, maybe I could give myself like, I don't know, I could give myself, I don't know, maybe robot, like cyborg. Cyborg. Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
okay.
gonna say like that reminded me of Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go. I thought of Transformers.
Oh, well, that's a good one too. But I was like,
No, but Teen Titans Go is great.
I'm like me and my old school self. I'm like Teen Titans Go.
Titans.
I'm like, not enough people actually talked about that also growing up.
The teen, not the Teen Titans Go, not the new, or not that Teen Titans the new one, but like the original one, right?
Well, like both. I've seen both, but the original is like 10 times better.
Mm-hmm. I
Just saying.
agree. Actually, it was kind of a bit different for me because I remember like where I went. Well, of course, like Teen Titans was actually pretty popular in my elementary school, but it was popular. There were more like anime folks in my grade, like in elementary school.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
like yeah, it's pretty interesting because it's like in my grade, especially third and fourth grade, the anime students there was quite a lot of them.
I find that really interesting. I don't know if it was just me, but everyone at my high school, they were really big into like Dexter's Laboratory
Oh my gosh, I love Dexter's Lab.
or like Cow and Chicken.
Cow and Chicken. Oh my gosh, those were. Oh my god, the Cartoon Network. Those were
Cartoon
iconic.
Network back in the day, 10 out of 10. Can we bring that back for like the
Honestly,
kids now?
for reals. You know which? I'm gonna like be honest here. The Powerhouse, or is it the Powerhouse? I think it's called the Powerhouse era and the Cartoon Network City era. Those were like my favorite eras of Cartoon Network.
Honestly, I agree. I'm just saying, there's, I guess, like a program now for Nickelodeon that people pay for. And there's Disney Plus, which I have, I know. But can we have like Cartoon Network Plus, please? Like,
I think Cartoon Network does have, or let me check. I think Cartoon Network does, or unless if it's the Warner Brothers one.
do
Cartoon
they
Network.
really?
I think so. Well, I'm not. Oh no, it looks like the Cartoon Network. It looks like they have their streaming online.
Oh, it's not.
That's
Is
what
it
I'm
free?
thinking. Is it free? Let me check. I would assume so, but unless if it's and the thing, the browser isn't even working for me. But here's my assumption. Of course, I honestly don't know, but my assumption is you probably have to enter your DirecTV or Comcast like information.
I'm like, I don't think I have either one, but
I
okay.
don't even know those either. Like I really hate it whenever I go like on a streaming website and then it asks enter your DirecTV login. I'm like, I don't know.
You know, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna say it's like $1 million investment, but Cartoon Network used to
Honestly.
do Cartoon Network Plus. I'll pay
Cartoon
for
Network.
it.
Yeah, and they confuse that with Boomerang. Um
What's Boomerang?
Boomerang? So there's Cartoon Network and Boomerang. So Boomerang they air the Hanna-Barbera shows like Flintstones,
What's
Tom and Jerry. They also air some of the old like Warner Brothers shows. I could have sworn I thought that there was a streaming app for those, unless it's the Warner Brothers app. I have to double
I
check
don't
again.
know. All I know is that I would watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and I would watch Courage the Cowardly Dog all day, every day.
Oh my gosh, I love Foster's Home. Honestly, Blue Regard is an icon. I love Blue Regard. He's like he was so funny. Another one of my favorite shows. Oh my gosh, yeah, I agree with you. I love Courage. Honestly, aren't they're rebooting that, aren't they?
I think so.
Hmm. There was Courage the Cowardly Dog, and then did you like Class of 3000? That was one of my favorites.
I thought it was okay. Here's something. Do you remember the TV show called 16 and they all had jobs at the mall?
Yes, I remember that one. They were the ones who made That's from the creators of Total Drama Island and Stoked.
Yeah, whenever I bring that up to anyone, it's once again, wait, what? What are we talking about? Huh? What's
Oh,
that? And I'm like, guys.
oh my gosh. Wait, I have an idea, Ken. I guess for the time being. Oh wait, but before then, I was just wondering, did you find out what that show was called? That game show?
No, I thought it was something, but then it just because so I thought it was something called Kid Bites, which like isn't gonna give away for like anyone who wants to see it.
Oh,
Um, But it wasn't, because when I looked up Kid Bites TV series, it just showed me it
Oh.
showed me this random photo of chocolate cookie the juice box, which I'm gonna share my screen for those of you who are looking. This is what I saw. And I'm like, that is not what I meant.
Oh my god.
That is not what I meant at all.
That is funny. Oh my god, that is so funny. Now
Sorry, I thought it was called Kid Bites because, like, I'm remembering the theme song, but I guess that's not what it was.
oh my gosh, we'll find out. We'll probably find out after this episode. We'll put it in the description once we find out.
Yeah, because I need someone to like analyze it and be like, this is what it was, because I'm still lost. I'm lost. The kid that was below me, he was really lost. Like,
Maybe we could get him as a guest on Tuesday Tea.
honestly, we might be able to. I think he's doing film or acting too. So like,
Ooh.
just add that into our group.
Hey, that'll be good.
Because like he was always chilling. He would always talk about film and theater, and I would be like, hey, what's
That'll be. Oh my god, he's gonna love Diani.
I know. I think that's also why like our group worked out really well when we all met each other, because even though like I'm not like a film person,
We're all artsy.
yeah, like we're all artsy. Plus, like when you guys do talk about some stuff, I understand because I was a theater major.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to analyze films and everything, but like just like not with like the different shots and like lights, but it would be like, this is what this means and this is what that means.
It's so fun. You know what I was thinking they should do? Because you know how in like high schools they teach like literature?
Teach film.
I mean, yeah, they should. I mean, because if you think about it, like the stuff that you learn in literature, I mean, you could also apply when like watching film. So I feel like, if they were to like, I guess offer some literature classes, they should also like add a little bit of film in there.
Yeah, I think it varies though, because like I think my high school kind of did that in a sense, but like I was a part of like an academy, quote unquote. That's what they called it. So it was, for some reason, the academy I was in at my high school was the Academy of Business, the Business Technology Academy. That's what it was, business technology. Um, don't know why, but I was in that. So I learned how to like type, and like the keyboard had like nothing, it was all blank. But yeah, so I memorized the whole keyboard. Like I don't have to look down and type, I could just like type. Which was helpful, but that's not where I was going with this. I did a class and we actually talked about film, and we filmed like music videos, we filmed like little projects and everything, which I have the CD and I still need to find it. But we actually analyzed films, like we analyzed Psycho, the famous film. So we analyzed that. We analyzed John Hitchcock films. That's what it was. I was like, who? We analyzed all of his films, and we had to talk about like the different effects that they used. What is this called? Oh yeah, like if you do dramatic music, it's gonna be this. But if you want, I could do happy music, and it's gonna go like that. So I had that class, but I don't think it was accessible to everyone. I think it was just my Business Technology Academy, which was basically just my class.
Honestly, for the high school that I went to, we didn't have that. I mean, maybe it changed now, but we didn't have like a film analysis, like, with regards to like the English classes or literature classes, we didn't have the film analysis portions. I mean, if anything, the film analysis we did at most was like, how is this different from the book?
See, we did that a lot in our English class, because our professor was like, who did summer reading? And everyone would be like, not me. But like, this sounds really bad. I'm sorry to anyone from my high school who might be listening and like did this class with me, because it was all the academy stuff. Whenever it was an English class and they're like, who did summer reading? No one would raise their hand. And then like I would just like sit there and be like, yeah, what's up? But like not say anything. I would just give the look that I would be like, I did, but like I'm not gonna say it.
No.
And then like after like a week goes by, because our professor would be like, okay, we have to go out and get the book because like there's gonna be a quiz on it. No one would actually get the book, so everyone would fail the quiz, and my professor would be like, oh, I'll curve it. I was the only one who ever read the books.
Did you pass?
So, yeah, so because of that, the professor would be like, well, I don't want any of you guys to really fail, so we're gonna watch the movie. And then, like, after the movie would be done, I'd raise my hand. I would be like, in the book, that didn't happen. In the book, that didn't happen. In the book, that didn't happen.
You basically one-upped them.
Yeah, because then I would be upset. And I'm like, yo, like, you're going to show them a movie so then they understand. But I read the book and
It's
I've
like,
been quiet this whole time. And now you're showing them the movie. And I'm over here like, so do you want me to give you like the movie answer or do you want me to give you the book answer?
oh my gosh. Was the teacher impressed though?
Yeah, like once I talked to her and I was like, because it was a class like right before lunch or right after lunch. I would go in like 5-10 minutes before lunch ended, and I was like, hey, like I read the book, I did my homework. Because a lot of people weren't do their homework in that class, and the professor would just let it slide. And I would always be there being like, why am I putting an effort? I'm right here.
Oh my gosh. Wait, this was for oh wait, was this was in like in high school or college?
So this was high school. This actually
Oh,
this happened in the Business Technology Academy in my high school.
oh my gosh. All I gotta say is like your teacher was pretty chill and lenient because
A
cause like
lot of them were because everyone would say like the business technology academy was placed for people. It was kind of like supposed to be kind of like an honors program. Okay, like that was their envision of it. Um, so that's why I joined because I was told that it was gonna be like an honors program.
mm-hmm.
So it was gonna be an honors for history, an elective of your like whatever elective like they can all do. That was like business technology. Um, English and science. So it was gonna be like those 4 classes. And you would be with the same classmates, those 4 classes. But as people were applying, because you didn't really have to apply, you would just like tell your counselor and be like, I want to be a part of the program. They would let you in. So what happened was no one who actually wanted to like do their work and like wanted to do honors did the program. So it was a lot of people who were like, I could goof around and not care. And they still have to pass me because all the teachers were like, we want to pass you. We want to help you. We will do everything to help you. Mm-hmm. So we were kind of, I was at least in a group where like people didn't do their homework. People would fail tests because they didn't want to do the work. They didn't have to show up and they could ditch class. So for me, it was a very boring, technically like 2.5 years because I joined like the last semester sophomore year and then I continued it. So for me, I was always like, well, I'm here and I did the work. And then sometimes I would be like, I'm here and I did half of the work and I would still get an A in my classes.
Working hard.
Yeah. So therefore, a lot of the teachers were very lenient. The only hard teacher that I had was I did this, I think it was a chemistry class or life science. I know those are 2 different things. Don't come after me. But it was one of those classes that I was in. And the class was only like 10 people in it. Because like it was part of the academy and other people were like either higher or like lower than like us for like their science requirement. So for us it was like 10 people and everyone would just be like drawing and doing all their other stuff and the teacher would get like really mad at us.
If you were caught drawing on your notebooks?
Yeah, like if you weren't like doing the work and you were goofing off. So there was one professor that cared. Not like they didn't all care, but like he got mad because he cared.
That's kind of fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like, oh my god. But it's like, do you know like how that program is now or?
So I do know because I was really upset. So after I graduated, I was actually a senior. Because they would normally like let people in like their sophomore year once they would be like, yeah, I want to be a part of it. Um, they it was us as seniors, and they didn't let anyone in the year after us. So then there was no like junior class. And then they let in other people for sophomores. There was like sophomores and then us, part of the academy. And the sophomores, they actually changed the whole program. And it was the Academy of Life Science. And I was really upset because at the time I wanted to do marine biology.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why did they have to change it to life science when that's what I wanted to do? And now I'm over here doing business and technology.
Mm. Aw.
I don't know, like, I don't think they have the same professors because a lot of the professors I'm friends with on Facebook. So
Mm-hmm.
I still like talk to them here and there just to be like, hey, like, how are you teaching and
Oh, that's
everything?
nice.
Yeah, because the one thing is like, you really build a relationship with the teachers. Because sophomore, junior, and senior year, you would basically have like the same teacher.
Mm-hmm.
The same teacher for English, same teacher for um, not the elective, English, history, and science. You would have the same professor.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that like they don't have the same professors. I think they have like one or maybe two, but like two of them left.
Mm.
So I'm over here like I know that's different. I also remember when I dated an ex. I talked about it with his mom because his mom was actually in charge of it for a different school, but like in the school district. And she knew all about it. And she was like, yeah, we changed it to life science at like your school. And like over here, we did this. And at this school, we have nursing. And I was over here like, why did you all have to do that?
Oh my gosh.
I
So
was
do you
like,
think
I didn't want that.
oh my gosh. Do you think the changes were in response to how people just kept signing up for it just to sign up for it?
I think so, but I don't know because I didn't see like how the sophomores reacted when I was a
Mm.
senior since it was like different, obviously. And I was trying to get my life together.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that was. And then when I left and like came back and visited here and there, like all my professors, teachers, they were always busy. So then I saw like the non-academy teachers. So I don't know. I hope that they do it differently and people actually take their work seriously. Because
Mm.
I will say, even though like this whole thing, I know like it was really long and a long tangent of me like kind of like crapping on the program, but like there were some things that were helpful. Like I can type without looking at a keyboard, and I learned that.
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to do like all the Microsoft programs. I learned how to do Excel, PowerPoint, Word, like Office. Like I know how to do all of that because of the program.
That
I
sounds
know,
very helpful.
yeah, I know how to do iMovie and Final Cut Pro. I know how to do that. I know how to do like green screen. I know how to technically build a website from scratch because I did web design. I know how to do like a whole animation thing. Like I know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can technically like remember.
Well, that's good.
So I'm
Those
like,
are
that
essential.
was, yeah, so I'm like, it was helpful. It's just like technically where I'm going in my life currently,
Mm-hmm.
it's not needed.
Mm-hmm.
But like if someone was going into business or anything like that or web design, like it would be helpful for them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Oh my gosh. Whoa, oh my god, we are whoa, oh my gosh, how long has we been going? It's been like, oh my god,
I was
two
gonna say
hours?
we did an hour and 20 minutes.
It's awesome.
I
Hey,
literally told Daniel, I was like, I think it's gonna be like a 20 to 30-minute episode.
oh my gosh. But then we have so much good content. This is amazing.
I like it because like the way that we talk and how we flow, because like me and Daniel, we're kind of like the same person in a sense, I feel like.
Yes.
Like we don't have to edit anything.
Like it's literally just right there.
Like it's just like perfect. It's just like, well, it works.
It works. Mm, just letting you just letting you know I might have to head out in about 10 minutes because my parents are calling me for dinner, so I might need to head out in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. If
That's
you
fine.
want, we could just close out right now. We did like a lot longer than what I thought.
What I was gonna say was, do you want to do the rest of the questions, or should we just save them for another time?
So originally we thought about doing like astrology and like TV shows and stuff. I would say like, what is a TV show and movie that you would recommend? Then we can close it out.
Okay, so if there's a show that I've honestly been watching, I've been watching a lot of reruns of Flavor of Love and I Love New York.
Oh my gosh, I'm about it.
Honestly, New York is everything. Like, she is an icon. I really love her. She's just entertaining no matter what. I love New York.
Same.
It was like, honestly, she really made Flavor of Love like interesting. I'm gonna say it's like, I'm not gonna lie, but if it weren't for New York, part of me wonders if Flavor of Love would have been huge.
I honestly don't think so because of like how she acted during the whole like reality show and everything. I feel like it really brought our attention to
For
this
real.
show.
And the best part about New York was she was so natural at it. Unlike nowadays, you have people who are doing it on purpose just so they could like get camera time. New York, she didn't have to do that. It all came out naturally.
I like that though because when she was on Flavor Flav, it was kind of like that, and then when she did her own show, it was the exact same energy. It wasn't like I have to switch up and like this is who I am. Like that's just her.
Yeah.
So I agree.
My favorite.
That's okay.
You go first. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, and what movie would you recommend? But keep going.
What movie would I recommend? So this is my favorite child. My favorite movie when I was a child, Howl's Moving Castle by Hayao Miyazaki. Or is it Miyazaki? Hayao Miyazaki. If you're wondering who he is, he's the one who he also made Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, and My Neighbor Totoro.
Hmm.
So I really liked Howl's Moving Castle. That was literally like, I used to binge watch that like on repeat, like when I was 10 years old. That was like my favorite movie when I was 10 years old.
I was over here like a movie I would recommend. I was gonna say Spirit Away, so it's kind of connected to Daniel.
Yes.
This is why I say like you and me are the same person.
Oh my gosh, it's like it literally. Oh my gosh, it's like the timing is right. Oh my gosh.
Because like that's the movie I was gonna recommend, which is why I'm very surprised I don't know the movie that you just mentioned.
Oh my gosh. All I gotta say is you gotta check it out, Ken.
I was gonna say I'll check it out tonight after I find that TV show that I'm going to send to you.
Yes. So today was a TV. Oh my gosh, Kennedy, I just realized today was a TV episode. You get it?
I love that.
You get it?
I wish I was drinking tea. I'm drinking a Sprite. Act like this is my tea. I'm like, yeah.
I don't have I don't have any. I don't have any like drinks except water.
Dana was drinking imaginary tea, guys.
Oh my gosh, tea. You get it? Oh my gosh, I love this.
And then I would say a TV show. I would say Big Mouth. I know it's kind of inappropriate. It's on Netflix, and I thought it was like really funny, which it's supposed to be. I'm really big into the whole like animation adult cartoon stuff, so highly recommend that one, guys. Go check it out on Netflix.
Yay!
Yeah. So I want to say thank you, Daniel, for coming onto this podcast. I know I literally asked you like last night, and you said yes.
Yay!
And thank you for taking the time to come on and help me out.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me spill the tea.
Yeah. And everyone, once again, go check out We Are Pals. It is also listed. Is listed in the description. So go check them out on their website, on YouTube for the Pals Experience, or also their Instagram or Facebook page.
Yay! Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Kennedy, for letting me be on today. You know, I really can't wait to like, discuss more because this was so much fun, honestly.
I know. I'm like, I love having you on.
Same.
Okay, and it looks like that's it for today. So next week we're going to actually hopefully have Jade either next week or the week after, and we're going to be talking about zodiac signs, astrology, and tarot cards. So Until next week, this is it for Tuesday Tea OG the podcast.